Welcome to The Art of Black Miami, a podcast sponsored by Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. Our stories introduce emerging and experienced artists who make Miami an exciting place to live and visit. I'm Rosie Gordon-Wallace, curator and arts advocate. Miami has been my home since 1970s. My passion is cultivating the vision and talent of contemporary artists from the Caribbean diaspora, artists of color, and immigrant artists. Many cultures and languages converge to shape Miami's character. Today we introduce you to Edouard Duval Carrié. It is such a joy to see you.
Always.
We've known each other for a long time, but very rarely do I get your full attention,
Exactly.
Mr. Edouard.
That's for sure.
Locked up in a studio with me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
We're going to try to share with our audience things that they don't know about you.
All right.
You know, I'll say the things that you're handsome, that you're 6'5", all of those
6'5",
things.
yeah,
You know, all of those.
all of things that are totally wrong.
We're gonna make sure that they have it. But my curiosity about the things I don't know about you come from this question of where exactly in Haiti were you born? You know, we talk about Haiti as if it's just one little place.
Yes. It's
What
about-
town? What province?
I was born bizarrely in Port-au-Prince, in the district of Pétionville, I think.
Do you remember the name of the hospital?
It was, I think, near the Sacré-Cœur, downtown.
So you have been in Miami for how long?
Now exactly 27 years.
Almost the same time as me.
I remember meeting you very early on.
Yes,
and
yes.
we were-
I've been here since 1978, and so you're ahead of me in more ways than one, right?
I don't think so. but-
Come on. So, Edouard, I've watched you build that studio, and we want our audience to be able to imagine that studio. Remember when you just started?
And
Please take us on the journey of the beginning of
First,
the Edouard Duval Carrié studio.
I came to Miami. I was not flying in straight from Port-au-Prince. I was at the time living in Paris. I had two children there. And 1 year into child rearing and whatever in Paris, it became rather confusing and complex for me. I had to dress them for winter, like to go down to a 4-meter square park that, there were 200 kids there already screaming and yelling. So I would take them right back to the house, undress them, until my wife said, "You did not spend enough time with them outside."
Because she was looking for a break.
Probably. A year into this rigmarole, I decided that probably Miami would be a good... I found a place, liked it, and was relatively affordable because, at the time, things were really affordable.
Right.
compared
What
to
year is this?
This is 1992.
Yeah.
And I got the building that I'm occupying right now, and for the first night, I had an inundation from the rain, and I almost cried,
Yeah.
Said, "Look, my luck, to get a condemnable building, right offhand."
And you're a painter, so that's
Yes.
really important not to have water coming through your ceiling.
Exactly, or from the floor, because
That's right.
it was the sewers were not working properly at the time, et cetera, et cetera.
And I want to just, because we want folks to understand that it takes 30 years most of the time. It takes years when you're burning the midnight oil when no one is watching. It's not always glamorous. We see you as glamorous now, folks, you should see him making up his face, but we see you as glamorous. I define you as a Caribbean artist of the region.
Thank you.
And using Miami as your homestead, but looking out to the entire Caribbean. When I travel and I use your name, everyone knows your name. They may not know you personally, but they know you and they know the work. So we've done the neighborhood. You're in Little Haiti, right? And you're on what street?
On 59th.
On
to be exact.
59th Street, and that street has become bombastic.
Exactly. It has changed totally.
Completely.
Completely. From when I was there, where they were like, what do they call them? Pepe? I mean, like second-hand clothes.
Yes, yes.
I mean, all of the warehouses were
there.
They were there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they're totally gone. I mean, it's
which is kind of sad too,
sad,
because they
yeah.
add a certain kind of timbre,
right,
and personality
yes,
to the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but nevertheless, I mean, things are moving along in the neighborhood, and me being there, I've managed to, like
anchored,
like at least some part of the Haitian community from there on.
You can claim it, honestly, Edouard. You can claim the anchoring. You've had the vision, and yes, we have all had partners, but you and I know you have to have a leader with vision. And your vision was always to have a cultural center.
Yes.
You and I've repeated it, folks, because it's hard. Edouard and I have been to county commission meetings all the way through to Arthur Thiel. And we have to call his name because he was very focused in working with us to get that neighborhood
And he did
done.
get it done.
That's right. Now
I'll
you
never
have.
forget it.
I won't ever forget it. He was so kind to me as well.
He was very open and very diligent in trying to make this project go through.
Right.
And we managed to get, I mean, if we have a little Haiti Cultural Center.
And you do.
And we do.
That does really amazing global work.
Yes, it does.
You hire curators.
Yes.
You have an exhibition that happens not only during our famous Art Week, but throughout the year.
Throughout the year.
You have classes.
Yes. We do all sorts.
All sorts of things.
And it's been very good for the community and making sure. It's unfortunate that we cannot garner the support of all of the communities per se, but they knew how much I care about that.
So now we're going to talk about the magic.
Okay.
A little bit about the magic of your work. We have a museum called Perez Art Museum that has been really generous in showing your work. We have an airport. Every time I get jealous when I pass you on Concourse D, Roy and I say, there's Edouard. And people are passing us like we're crazy. Huge, huge imaginations. My favorite of your work is the landscape series. And before you answer and tell us about the series, I'm going to say to you, I like the landscape series because it turns the Caribbean on its head.
Totally. The landscape a bit defines us. You understand? You know you're in the Caribbean when you have clear blue sky, you have like this lush, like environments, and you have water everywhere.
Yeah. And sunshine.
And sunshine.
And music. And ocean.
And people laying about, which is a good thing or a bad thing, whichever way you want to be, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah. So your imagery that portrays the Haitian spirituality. Do you have a particular mythology that you share with that? Is there a particular image that you like?
What I want to stress is the fact that, particularly in Haiti, slavery touched every corners of Africa. There was not one place that did not, that was not touched.
That was spared.
That was spared. And in the process, in a place like Haiti, it's like Africa, Haiti's Pan-African even before the term was coined.
Right.
We have people from everywhere. And with, not with that particular exhibit, but with another one, I wanted to figure out where did these people came from? Who were we? Because, nobody really, they've simply forgotten. It's so long has passed. But we still carry the traits of of exactly where we came from.
Through the beats of the drum.
Exactly. So, I wanted to portray that in a much more exacting way. First of all, trying to figure out culturally what these gods were and where did they come from, and to take on what's left of them in their original thing,
right,
and try to present them as such, not a new concoction of whatever, but from their primeval moment and whatever. So that's what I did, and that's what interested the people in, because that's the exhibit. What did Africa bring to the world?
What did Africa bring to the world? Folks, we're talking about the 61st Venice Biennale, and it's called In Minor Key. is the title of the Biennale. And our dear Edouard Duval Carrié, he has been selected to show his work at the Venice Biennale. For those of you who are not art aficionados or lovers, this is almost the pinnacle of where we are. This and the MacArthur Genius Fellowship Award, right? So I'm putting it out there. Edward will represent Haiti.
I don't know what I represent.
What you're representing?
I'm
Haiti,
representing
Miami,
everything.
the Caribbean.
And anywhere else I've been.
Anywhere else you've been. But we're going to claim you.
Okay.
Edouard Duval Carrié is representing Miami.
All
He's a Haitian artist that's representing Miami. Edward, you're one of 111.
I know.
This is no doozy. This is
serious.
It's exciting.
Yes.
It makes me. I've been to the Venice Biennale, and so have you.
Yes, I have.
And it is, folks, if you have not been, just follow. If you're not planning to go, follow it online, because it is really prestigious to be a part of it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I know that the Greater Miami Conventions and Visitors Bureau, as an organization, a tourist marketing organization, they are thrilled to have you represent Miami and Haiti and the Caribbean
yes,
at the Venice Biennale. And we know that these things don't happen. So if any of you out there are listening and you want to support Edouard Duval Carrié in his journey to Venice Biennale, please don't be shy. You know where his studio is. This is a personal plug. So tell me a little bit about when you heard the news that you were selected.
There's no other word for it. I mean, I don't even know what.
Who you called? You called Mimi?
I called my sister because she's the closest to me,
yeah,
to explain to her what it was, because I'm sure she doesn't grasp the enormity of the whole thing.
Right.
Then I called. Who else did I call? I mean, a few friends that I know would be pleased to hear that, you know,
and curators that have worked with you. Franklin at the Paris
all of them.
Art, all of them. Bonnie, all of them that have nurtured your career through Channel, all of them. In my little corner, I did a little jig, because I know that for us in the art world, those of us that push and push and push and burn the midnight oil, you represent a figure that is not normally selected for the Venice Biennale.
It's true.
And we're going to talk a little bit about what representation means, because if we didn't have a Cameroon curator living and working in South Africa at the, remind me of the museums.
It's at the
Zeitz Museum. Her vision of who she wanted to come to this Biennale, in minor key, you know. So she's poking.
Yeah, she's poking.
You know,
she's poking fun. Yeah,
because if you're a pianist, minor keys is hard to learn, and it's complicated, right? And here she is. She came to your studio, saw the work, and tell us about the work that has been selected.
It's a whole installation of where I presented. You know, like when I first arrived here to Miami, there was an article in the papers, and it was delineating what it cost for a boat person to get here to the United States. And it was very thorough. I mean, the chap who, I met him. I forget his name right now. I should find his name to plug him, because it was a brilliant piece of journalism. He went to Haiti.
With the Herald? Or
he was with the Herald.
The Herald, okay.
So he went to Haiti and went and asked, you know, like, first of all, went to the boat yards. I mean, they make boats in Haiti.
They made the boats.
Yeah, how they made it, how much it cost, and he found somebody that would be the business partner to a boat person. And he put out figures and stuff like that. All in all, it was costing for a voyage, you know, like from Port-au-Prince or wherever in Haiti to Miami, it was costing about $22,000, which is a lot of money.
$22,000, which is why we have to fit the boat. Not we, the boats are filled.
Yes, they had to fill to the brim.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody can afford these kind of figures. And I was looking at the tally. I mean, the how do you call them?
Like an invoice or a...
Like how much it cost.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a P&L, an expense report. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was one item. I said, "What is this?" And he said, "Oh, it's what they pay the voodoo priest to create a invisible cloak for the boat." I said, "Of course, for protection." I said, "Well, there we go. We are in Haiti again,
That's right.
where they paid $2,500, which represents probably, 10% of the
cost.
Of the cost, to pay to somebody who claims that you would become invisible if the Coast Guard accosted you, which is hardly the case."
Well, the thing is, it takes us down the road of what? Belief, the power of belief.
Yes, and how to quiet down, whomever is on that boat.
That's right. And the other thing is, we can belief in Jamaica. They say belief kills and belief cures. So of course, I didn't say it in Pata. Belief kill and a cure. But we know that you are filled with optimism and belief, because from that humble beginning in Little Haiti, you are now on the journey to the Venice Biennale. I cannot tell you, pride is not enough of a word, sense of pride, sense of accomplishment, because, you're taking all of us with you.
I do.
We're on the backs with you, with the works.
And there's a friend of mine who calls me Legba. Legba is the one that opens the gates.
The doors, right.
Yes.
And Yamajai is going to go with you, because you're going to be on the water.
Right.
My friend, I wish I had the rest of the evening to talk with you. We have to bring you back, because we didn't touch the girlfriends and, those kinds of stories.
Yeah.
I like to poke. But before you go, I'm just going to have a little fun with you around the things that you like. Some fun. What's your favorite time of day? You're taking too long.
5:00 in the afternoon. It's when, I take a break.
5:00.
Yes. And I just sit down, and I can even drowse and fall asleep for a few minutes.
Wow, I'm glad I asked that. What's your perfect idea of a perfect date?
Of a perfect date? That we go Dutch Street.
That we go Dutch Street. Listen, I'm coming to the Venice Biennale to watch you.
Okay.
But I'm not coming to Dutch Street with you, okay? When I get there with my posse, you're going to pay, because you are the artist of the hour.
Oh, yes.
Edouard Duval Carrié, thank you for taking the time to come in and be a part of this 6th year of podcasts at the Greater Miami Conventions and Visitor Bureau.
I congratulate you for your work with the community here, with all the artists from the region.
Thank you.
And there's not one that you've forgotten.
I try not to. I certainly didn't forget you. Thank you, Edouard.
Thank you for having me.
This is The Art of Black Miami, sponsored by the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm Rosie Gordon-Wallace. Today we introduced you to Edouard Duval Carrié. We recorded this conversation in the podcast studios at Barry University, a Catholic institution of higher education founded in 1940 in the Miami Shores neighborhood, a richly artistic and cultural area. Art of Black Miami highlights the year-round art and culture scene in Miami's heritage neighborhoods and across communities in Greater Miami and the beaches. If you enjoy our stories, visit our artofblackmiami.com. To learn more, engage us on social media, post and share using the artofblackmiami.com. The Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau is an accredited, independent, not-for-profit sales and marketing organization. The GMCVB's mission is to attract visitors to the Greater Miami and Miami beaches for leisure, business, and conventions. For art events, promotions, and information, visit artofblackmiami.com.